Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, word to my brethren in Baltimore, Maryland. Shout out to Baltimore. Shout out to the Baltimore Orioles. Shout out to the Ravens. All right? Shout out to you guys over there. Now, speaking of Baltimore, Gervonta Tank Davis. Let's talk Gervonta Tank Davis, a talented fighter, a guy who many people, especially in the land of American boxing, hold on, guys, let me get my charger. In the land of American boxing, a lot of people are pegging Gervonta Davis to be this next star. Floyd Mayweather's grooming him. He's definitely exciting to watch fight. I like Gervonta Davis. I'm a supporter of his on this channel. I really do enjoy watching him fight. But as I've said many times on this channel, we call a spade a damn spade, and we will call a spade once again. Gervonta Davis is ducking Lomachenko. He's ducking Vasyl Lomachenko. And I can say this because he's saying it. Not exactly like that, but he's saying it in other ways. Let me tell you what he recently said on BoxingScene.com. Gervonta Davis recently said, I quote, I'm looking to fight someone that draws better. So here's the exact quote. Let me get it for you. Here's what Gervonta said verbatim. Said, I quote, I believe that the Lomachenko fight will happen eventually. It's just at the right time. I believe that Lomachenko, not to say nothing bad about the fighter, but Lomachenko is still fighting at the MGM. That only holds 3,400 fans. You know, we're looking to fight people that's bringing a lot more than 3,400. No diss Lomachenko. He's a great fighter, and down the road we will meet. If not, my career will still be successful. And that's what it is. So he's delusional. Gervonta is delusional. I mean, you got LRB and Floyd in his ear teaching him how to duck fighters. And I like Floyd. I appreciated him a lot more since he retired from the sport. But Floyd, we know Floyd duck. There's some fighters that Floyd did duck. And he's kind of teaching Gervonta how to skate around certain guys and not kind of challenge himself to want to be the best. Like, I know I talk trash about Andre Ward, and I don't necessarily like Andre Ward, but like Andre Ward went up and he fought Kovalev at least. He went up there and he fought Kovalev. So Gervonta is in a division where we all know he's a very talented fighter. A lot of us think he has the skills to compete with anybody in the division, but he doesn't seem to believe he has the skills to compete with everybody in the division. And he actually brings something that has nothing to do with boxing. Nothing to do with boxing at all. The fact that, he's fighting in front of 3,400 at the MGM Grand. Okay? He's the best fighter in the division. Fight the guy. And he's got a title. I mean, don't you want to prove that you're the best fighter in boxing? Like, that's the problem, man. These dudes come into boxing. They don't even know boxing. They don't even like boxing. They want to be stars. They want to be Hollywood stars. They don't want to be champions. You see, Lomachenko wants to be champion. Lomachenko wants to be an all-time great. And that's why, you see Lomachenko fight the amount of top opposition he's fought coming into boxing so early. So, I don't know. The part of that statement that really bothers me is like Gervonta says, and down the road we will meet. And if not, my career will still be successful. Okay? Success is a very arbitrary thing. It's a very, not arbitrary, what I'm looking for, subjective. It's a very subjective thing. And it's by personal definition. So, I don't want to. I'm not Gervonta, so I don't know what he thinks in his head. But just knowing his background, knowing that he came from a background where he wasn't privileged, where he didn't have a lot of money, he's probably like many fighters in boxing who judge their success solely based on the money they make, regardless of who they're fighting. And he could go fight the freaking 105-pound champion. As long as he's getting $4 million and he gets a knockout victory, he's successful. So, with that being said, it's just sad, man. It's a sad state of affairs. Like, I really want to see Gervonta do well. I've been on the record many times saying that this guy is someone who I think has all the goods. And does he got to fight Lomachenko right away? No, I don't even think he has to fight him right away. But for him to sit there and say that that's the reason you're not fighting Lomachenko is because he fights in front of 3,400 at the MGM or whatever like that. Like, he's the best fighter in the division. He got a title. He's on the pound-for-pound list. Don't you want to be on the pound-for-pound list? Don't you want to be one of the best fighters in boxing? That stuff shouldn't matter. Okay, again, to use Andre Ward as an example, I don't like Andre Ward, but you got to use him as a good positive example in this case, because you guys always say hate on Andre Ward, so I'm going to use him as a positive example. Ward is not a big draw at all. Sergey Kovalev is probably less of a draw than Andre Ward, because I think if you guys remember when Kovalev fought Najee Mohammadi as the headlining card in Vegas, I believe he only sold about 1,000 or 2,000 tickets himself. So it's not like Kovalev was selling tickets out the behind himself. The only time he really sold any tickets was when he fought Bernard Hopkins in Atlantic City. And Andre Ward said he didn't care nothing about that. He's just like, okay, let's fight. Let's fight. And he got in there 2 times. Now, regardless of what I feel about the outcome, he got in there. So he gets that respect at least of getting in the ring with him. Gervonta is already saying that my career will be successful without fighting Lomachenko, and I'm saying like, okay, by what definition? Definition of you making money or the definition of you actually accomplishing things in boxing? Because look, if you look at Gervonta's resume so far, I mean, he's fought a bunch of bums. I give him credit. He had a great win, a great performance against Jose Pedraza. But let's not kid ourselves. Jose Pedraza was the weakest champion in the division, so it was a fight that made sense for him to take. He beat Jose Pedraza, looked sensational in that fight. But still a massive step up in competition. Got the job done there. Then he fights Liam Walsh, who most people knew and rated as a C-class fighter. So his career is still, he doesn't have a win against no elite fighters yet. His best win is Pedraza. So with that being said, he needs to fight Lomachenko at some point. I'm not even saying it needs to be within the next 2 fights, but don't say things like I don't need him to be successful and all that stuff. Because in actuality, as long as that guy is still in the division and you're still in the division, people are going to claim it for that fight the longer you stay in the division. So either you move up or vacate, and people can just say you ducked him, or at some point you balls have been fighting. But I don't know. Those comments just bothered me because Gervonta is a talented fighter. He's probably the only fighter in the division that I can think of. Like, you look at what he brings to the table. He has a quickness to match Lomachenko. Very quick fighter. Maybe doesn't have the foot speed of Lomachenko, but has the hand speed that can match him. And it's a fight that I think would be interesting. Obviously, he needs to learn a lot more, but he needs to start doing it against some better opposition, and hopefully we get that soon. He's scheduled to be and hold on, I don't want to. I know I'm rambling, but he's fighting. He's saying that. Bless you.
Sorry.
He's fighting a guy, or he's saying he doesn't want to fight Lomachenko because he only fought in front of 3,400 people at the MGM. Okay, that's fine. So then you turn around, because he's supposed to fight on the Mayweather-McGregor undercard. So then you turn around, and now it's rumored that you're going to fight a guy that Lomachenko just knocked out last year, Roman Martinez. A guy that, tough fighter, decent fighter. At this point in his career, he's a gatekeeper in the weight class at 130. And it is what it is, man. Like, it makes no sense. You can't say, oh, well, I'm not going to fight this guy because he fights in this venue and only sells this amount of tickets, but then fight a guy he knocked out with less star power than him and who's less of a draw than him. The only reason Roman Martinez might even be a draw is because he's Puerto Rican. But mind you, yes, he's Puerto Rican, but they're not fighting in New York. They're fighting in Vegas, and the Puerto Rican population isn't as big in Vegas. So it makes even less sense when you consider the location of the fight. So that's just my 2 cents on it. You guys can give me yours in the comments down below. I would really love to hear from you guys. Make sure you subscribe, click that nice red button, and take the time to subscribe, comment, and you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just kidding, So until next time, take care, guys.